And we are live. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Break the Huddle. Let me see if I can actually get my screen working here. If you will bear with me, I did not think this would happen. There we go. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to an episode of Break the Huddle After Dark. I'm your host, Nathan Johnston. Alongside tonight, we have the one and only Buck, Uncle Buck, America's favorite uncle. Woo! I'm going to try to get my camera set up while we got it going here. Uncle Buck, welcome to the show. Jake out of the studio. He's getting boozed up right now. Ross also getting boozed up. So, listen, you start to have a little success on the show, and then everyone ends up leaving you. The producer left me. So, it's just me and Uncle Buck tonight, but we're here to hold it down for you live from Blacksburg, Virginia for tonight's game, where the Virginia Tech Hokies host the Cal Golden Bears in a prime time ACC matchup. We just saw them enter the field, Uncle Buck. One of the best traditions in all of college football. Enter Sandman. The stadium's shaking. The decimal level is hype. And the Hokie fans are ready for tonight. Quick thoughts on this game as I get my camera set up here.
Well, first thoughts are Inner Sandman. That is my favorite entrance in all of college football. And, I've told you this for years. I personally get hyped up when I'm sitting here watching and listening to it. So, you can't get a better start to a game than hearing Inner Sandman. I love Metallica. And I actually like Virginia Tech. I've liked them for years, even back in the old Beamer days. So, I think it'll be a good game tonight.
Yeah, Virginia Tech coming into this one favored by 4.5. That spread has now gone up to 6.5, and everyone wonders, why is Virginia Tech favored in this one? Well, I'll tell you why. They fired their head coach Brent Fry, just a few short weeks ago, and now that team has a new energy. Right, they've got a new dynamic, you would say, a new passion, a new goal to finish out the season strong. On the other hand, you've got a 5-2 Cal team who's hit the ground running with freshman quarterback Jaron S. They've kind of regressed a little bit the last few weeks. They barely get a win at home last week against the UNC Tar Heels. Now they've got to fly all the way across the country from California to Blacksburg, Virginia, to play in a very cold atmosphere here at Virginia Tech and Blacksburg, like I said. Very curious to see how this home crowd affects Jaron early on in the start as they're in shotgun formation, first down. For the first play of the game, they send their tight end in motion and they go for a fake screen bubble route. And Virginia
Jeez,
Tech there to cover the quarterback. Just an outstanding play. And I think that brings us to where we can talk about this starting lineup for the Virginia Tech Hokies defense, because that guy's brought down by number 13, Kamari Copeland, who is the star of this defense. I have him highlighted right here on the screen. Right end, 6'3", 283 junior. This guy is a playmaker. And right off the bat, they get Cal, 2nd and 24 with the freshman quarterback. They're going to have to throw in an extra blocker. Obviously, you got corner Isaiah Murray, number 9, who's going to play a significant role in the secondary right here as he comes up with the tackle. Helmet comes off. He's going to have to come out for a play. But Uncle Buck, early on, this Virginia Tech team is fired up, man.
Well, it is Friday night at Virginia Tech. Again, Inner Sandman Metallica. You think how jacked up this team is right now.
Oh yeah. I mean, we talk about this all the time, right? All the time we talk about how good this atmosphere in Virginia Tech is. If they can get a stop here and get some points on the board after this third down play right here, that is a big start for and there we go again. Jaron has to throw the ball away. So huge 3 and out right there for the Virginia Tech Hokies. And I'll bring up the scoreboard right there for everyone to see on our screen. But a big 3 and out right there for the Hokies, and you gotta like their defense to start out. Obviously, they're keeping him contained. They're not letting him get out of the pocket. When he does, they're right there to make the play. Interested to see how this Cal offensive line holds up over the course of time in this game. Now we're going to get to see the Virginia Tech offense, who hasn't had the best start, but Kyron Drones is a very, very good quarterback if you let him
What the
throw in
heck kind of
space.
pick was that?
Terrible punt for the Cal Bears, and now they're going to get the ball starting in Cal territory.
I think I
Will
kicked better than that on the playground in elementary school.
I believe it? I believe it. But yeah, big 3 and out right there. And that brings us, let's talk about the starting lineup for this Virginia Tech offense now that hits the field. Kyron Drones leading the way on offense. He has had a decent year this year. Uh, if I can get that correctly. Yep. And then obviously the running back, Terrion Stewart, number 8. He's going to play a big role in this game early. Look for them to get the ball going early. And there they go. They hand it off right away. That's not Stewart. I don't know who that is, to be honest with you, but I think they're going to try to establish. That's going to be Hawkins Jr. I'll have to look him up. He's not on our list. That's my apologies. If you're joining the chat, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button as we get going early in this game. But as you can tell, Uncle Buck, they're looking to run the rock early. Marcellus Hawkins has had a pretty good year this year. I don't know if Terrion Stewart's out for this game. I didn't check the injury list, but obviously this is their bell cow for the time being. I'll see if I can look that up in the meantime. But Uncle Buck, what are you seeing early on?
Well, I think it's good they're trying to establish a run. That'll open up for a little bit of passing if they get that run established. Um, I don't know. Might see some early California Cobras.
And you know the Cal fans have traveled. There's Kyron Jones on an RPO, and he's going to take off running, lowers the shoulder, and picks up about 8. So it's going to be about 2nd and 3, 2nd and 2 early on. They're getting the ball early. I really like what Kyron Jones can do on the ground with his feet. He's obviously got some good weapons on the outside. Donovan Green, number 3, looks like he's going to take a shot right here, and he's got it. The first throw of the
Oh,
game. Caught. Touchdown by Aiden Green, another wide receiver that we're going to hear a lot about tonight. 27-yard reception, and just like that, Virginia Tech on the board. Uncle Buck, what do
let's
you
go.
think?
Uh, it was a great adjustment by the wide receiver. It looks like the quarterback has a lot of confidence in that receiver because it was underthrown. But good job by the receiver making an adjustment on that.
Might have been a little bit of a push off, but hey, it's college football. They were both tugging on each other. Pause. But they were both going for the ball, and in the end, Virginia Tech. Wow, very quick score, very quick 3 it out, and early on, you can tell records don't mean anything. It all has to do with home field advantage and who's the better matchup. Right there, Aiden Green just has his way, and just like that, Virginia Tech up 7 as we head into our first commercial break. If you're just joining us live, I'm trying to set up this camera. I'm your host, Nathan Johnston. Jake and Ross are out of the studio tonight. Rooster, excuse me. Roosters, cocky picks, and Jake the weatherman are getting boozed up right now. Holding down the fort tonight is rules expert for Break the Huddle, America's favorite uncle, Uncle Buck. Woo!
Let's go.
Sandman definitely got that crowd going, and it obviously helped the team going too. Virginia Tech up early in this one, 7-0 right now, and I am just shell shocked. In our preview, Uncle Buck, and for those listening at home, if you watched our preview, Brad took Cal. He thought they were the better team. He thought Jaron S would have his way. I just had this, I mean, I hate to say it, spooky feeling in October, Friday night in Blacksburg, Virginia. The stars were just aligning, and it's a long game. We got a long ways to go. But early on, you got to see a little bit of that defense have their way with that Cal front, and then very quickly Virginia Tech capitalizes on that short field punt, and now they're up 7-0. So I guess I'll tip my cap to myself for picking the Virginia Tech Hokies for the time being. But yeah, I really
I
like
did
what we're
too.
seeing. And yep, and
I did too.
Uncle Buck picked them too. I think Rooster took the over in points for the first half. He took 24 and a half over in the first half. So we'll see if that hits. It might be Virginia Tech covering the points all along. If you're in our chat right now, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We're up to 755 subs now. Really appreciate all the support thus far. Be sure to hit that like button and comment. What's your favorite college football tradition? I keep looking at the camera over there. It's not even on yet. I need to work on that. That's my apologies. Let me see if I can add it in here. And that is not going to work. Uncle Buck, what do you expect to see tonight from Virginia Tech?
Um, a lot of happy shackers.
Anything else? Oh, let me ask
Yep.
you this. Let me ask you this then. What do you expect to see from the Virginia Tech defense on the second drive? Obviously, all the momentum is going to for Virginia Tech right now. Everything's going in their favor, but they can't settle. They gotta keep pressing on that gas right now while they got the momentum.
I think they'll get burned by a big play, but then they'll settle down. Um, I'm seeing California getting a field goal here on this drive. Nothing big, but I have a challenge for you. You use the first and last name for the Virginia Tech quarterbacks. Why don't you do the same for the Cal quarterback?
Yeah, I'll try my best. And I'll pull it up right here on the screen as we have it as Cal's. Give me one sec. I think it's. Hang on. I think. Oh no, I don't want that.
Good luck. I
It's
don't
hard.
think there's not enough space on the back of his jersey for all the letters.
All right, we're just going to roll with this camera for now. Hope y'all enjoyed that family photo on my phone screensaver. But let me after this play, I'll pull up the Cal's offense. So let's take a look at Cal's offense. We looked at Virginia Tech's offense. Let's take a look at Cal's offense, shall we? We shall. So as Cal's offense heads out on the field, obviously it's led by Jaron S. I actually couldn't fit his name on the graphic either. Number 3, freshman quarterback, um, highly talented quarterback that started off very hot in college football. Quickly kind of took a slump, and now people are questioning if he'll get an NIL deal moving forward. But they got to get some stuff going. You can't have a drop pass like that early on to number 4, Jordan King Jr. at the slot position. Also, Jacob De Jesus, a transfer from UNLV, has been very, very good for Cal this year. Came up with some big plays last week. Sagapalute? I butchered that one, but no, I mean, listen, this Cal offense has the ability to make some plays, but so far they haven't been able to get the. And there's number 1, Kendrick Raphael, with a quick catch. But it looks like Virginia Tech is using their safeties and that zone coverage early on to take advantage of a young quarterback. And once again, quick 3 and out for the Cal Golden Bears. Not good, Uncle Buck. If you're Cal's offense, I mean, where do you go from here?
Well, you can't drop passes. That was a great pass in the flat. That would have been a first down. Um, the intensity is just really high on the Virginia Tech side. So, again, Friday night in Blacksburg is different than Friday night in a lot of places.
It is. And we saw that last week, right? Some atmospheres just don't go well, or I don't want to say go well. They just don't do very well. In Friday night situations. In this case, Blacksburg, Virginia, I talked about this in the preview, and I told Brad, I said, And this is no disrespect, but this is just how it is up there in Blacksburg, Virginia. There's nothing else going on right now. Anyone that goes to
Nope.
school there, anyone that lives remotely close or is an alumni or whatever, like this is your Super Bowl every week. And those fans come out hot. And it's a sold out crowd. It's Friday night and sold out crowd. We had a Friday night game last week. It was not a sold out crowd. There's
Mm-mm.
certain places around the country where the atmosphere is just always going to be different. Blacksburg, Virginia, Ames, Iowa, right? We talk about BYU hitting the road to go to Ames, Iowa. That video has surpassed over 7,000 views on our channel. So we really appreciate all the Big 12 support. But I talked about in the preview, Bear Bachmeyer maybe struggling a little bit early on in Ames, Iowa, because it's going to be a sold out crowd. He's played on the road at Colorado. He's played on the road at, and I've drawn a blank on the other school they play on the road with, but there's not going to be an atmosphere like he's been tested before in Ames. Like Colorado doesn't
In a
match up.
in a 7:30 game on a Friday night is different than an 11 o'clock or a noon game on Saturday morning.
Oh yeah, everyone's boozed up, everyone's pumped up. It just they say in the SEC it just means more. Well, in Blacksburg, Virginia on a Friday night, it just means more. Like the whole town shuts down. It's like a Texas high school. Everyone's going to be there.
Yep.
And then you're seeing that early on. I wish I could get my phone figured out so I could plug up this beautiful setting I have here. If I can just describe it for the audience, if you want to close your eyes and imagine a cool autumn night with fall leaves. I've got two Virginia Tech helmets up here. It looks beautiful. And I hate that we can't see it right now, but maybe we'll get there in a minute. We'll try to adjust at halftime. I'm gonna turn on
Well,
the
you
lights.
crapped all over that, Nate.
Yeah, sometimes when your producer and your crew goes and gets boozed up and just ditches you and you're on your own, well, sometimes it just works like that. There we
Well,
go.
for those listening, I'm coming live from San Antonio, Texas, better known as 210,
Woo! That's right. And by the way,
the
Kyron
home of
Jones.
the home of the UTSA Roadrunners, better known as the Birds.
Yep. Big fan of the UTSA Roadrunners. Shout out UTSA. They've had some pretty decent seasons lately. Struggling a little bit this year,
Well,
but
you know what? They lost. They lost their quarterback Harris. Well, through after 8 or 9 years of playing. Um,
a 27-year-old
towards the end of,
senior.
yeah, him and McCormick as running back. Yeah, they did a lot of good things, and some of their receivers as well. But
Oh no. It looks like it's gonna be a false start, maybe, on Virginia Tech, and you just can't start a drive like that. You have so much momentum going for you right now, and you're at home. You're at home. What are we doing? That's going to be called on number 56. Let's pull up Virginia Tech's offense, if we shall. And that penalty is going to be called on Lath Ghanem, left guard. Oh, and there's the guy I talk about. Speaking of it, there's Terrian Stewart, number 8 on the carry to pick up a gain of 4. He's going to be the bell cow for tonight, along with everyone else. And we picked up another sub, Uncle Buck. So we're up to 756 now. We really appreciate all the support. If you're
I'll take
tuning
credit
in,
for that one.
yeah, if you're tuning in live, obviously Terrian Stewart averaging over 7.9 yards per carry thus far this year. Kyron Jones in shotgun formation, going to do the RPO. Oh,
What?
a risky pitch, but it pays off. Wow, and they
That's a
pick up
first
the
down.
first. That was
Oh, and
daring.
some equipment managers going crazy.
I think that's a strength and conditioning coach.
Yeah,
He's
you're
too
right.
big to be an equipment manager.
Look,
That dude, he is zapped. I think he had a little sniff of those salts.
oh, I think he may have popped a blue chew.
You might have. We're not officially sponsored yet, but one day we will. And there he goes again on the run. Surprised they're not taking another shot downfield, although Cal probably correcting very quickly after that horrible coverage on Virginia Tech's first down. If you're just joining us, I'm your host, Nathan Johnston, alongside America's favorite uncle, Uncle Buck, covering for Roosters cocky picks, and Jake the Weatherman tonight, who are out getting boozed up instead of being on the show. But you know how we do it here at Break the Huddle. The show must go on, and it's next man up mentality. So, rules analyst and rules expert for Break the Huddle, Uncle Buck takes the lead and says, I'll step up and do it. And dang it, he's delivered. Virginia Tech up early in this one so far, 7-0, as they had a quick 3-and-out from Cal. They take a deep shot down the field, and then they hold them to another 3-and-out. And here we go again. Virginia Tech driving down the field somehow, some way. Kyron Jones looking to have the night of his life tonight. There they go, handing it off again. Man, they really. Oh, there he goes. He's got to pick up a block. And that's going to be a gain of 20 as they are inside Cal territory once again tonight.
Yeah, that was a great adjustment by the running back. The inside was all stacked up, and thought, let's go wide, and it worked out.
Yeah, I thought he might get bottled up there for a second, and he just slips it outside. And obviously, Cal doesn't have the the horizontal speed to keep up. Kyron Jones in trouble, and it just has to throw it away there on first down. You would have liked to come up with a better pass play than that. Maybe lean on the run game a little bit more. I mean, they're not stopping you. I don't see why you do that. I don't know what they were trying to do there. Maybe try to get a quick screen, and I don't
Was that a,
know.
was that a corner or safety blitz?
Um, I'm not sure, to be honest with you. They're going to dial it up on Kyron Jones, though. They're going to have to put pressure on him because so far with 4 rush, they're not getting any pressure up front. And there he goes again. A pickup of
Yeah,
5.
that offensive line is they're holding their own. And the Cal linemen aren't they're not weaklings. I think it's just the pure pure determination of this Virginia Tech line that's making a difference here early.
Yeah, I would agree. Led by Johnny Garrett, number 79 at the left tackle, Lath Ghanem at left guard, number 56, Kyle Altuner, number 62 at the center. He's the head honcho, and then Thomas Rimac, number 55 at right guard, and then Aiden Lynch, number 76 at right tackle. Cal gets a big 3-and-out right there, though. Our Uncle Buck, are they in field goal range?
Um, it depends on their kicker. And you know what? We
Here
love
we go.
kickers, don't we?
Well, and here's something interesting right here. If you look close on the kicker's jersey, and I don't have his name because I didn't think he would be a captain, he is a captain of the football team. And it's good from 46 yards straight down the middle. That kick would have been good from 50. So here we go. Yes, they didn't get a touchdown, but they took advantage of another 3-and-out from Cal, and now it is 10-0 Virginia Tech, and I'm actually going to have to make that number smaller because I can't even fit it on the screen.
You know what, Nate? I'm a fan of kickers. That's one of my favorite parts of the entire game. When you and I are communicating through text or FaceTime, we get jacked up when it comes time, especially for game-winning kicks. That is, I don't know. That's my favorite part of the game.
I agree. I mean, listen, we don't talk about special teams enough. The punter and kicker do not get enough love in the game of football. But here at Break the Huddle, we always make sure that those kickers are involved. I'm gonna look up the name real quick of that kicker while we're talking about it because he deserves a shout out.
Well, he deserves a shout out now, but we'll see towards the end of the game whether he can come through or not. And you know what? The stakes are high for them kickers.
John Love, a redshirt junior, he's made 16 of 18 of field goals, and he's got a career log of 60. So he's definitely got the leg. Shout out John Love.
Yep.
Also, he's been known, just FYI for the viewers, he has been known for pulling off a fake field goal for a first down. So he's got the capability to run too.
What does the Virginia Tech kicker look like? What are his stats?
That is the Virginia Tech kicker.
I'm sorry, the Cal.
All right, let's take a look at the Cows kicker for tonight. That's going to be his name's Abram Murray. He's a redshirt freshman. They also have a guy on their roster, Ryan Coe, a redshirt senior. So I'm not sure which one will be out there tonight. We haven't seen them attempt a field goal, but Abram Murray, he's a freshman from Shreveport, Louisiana. He's kicked 100% of his field goals, longest only being 49, though. He's scored 9 points this season.
Oh, so he's
Three
three
for
for
three on field
three.
goals. He's 3 for 3 on field goals.
Well,
Longest being
I
49.
then obviously, then obviously they don't like going. They may not have enough confidence in him. Well, how about the other guy? I mean, they've only
So,
kicked 3 field goals this season.
yeah, pretty sure. You talking about what about John Love? He's kicking 85% of his
Yeah.
kicks. He's got 50 points this season, 12 of 14 on field goals, 14 of 14 on extra points. I'm going to look to see what that other guy's doing because they talk about Chase Meyer too. Maybe he's got, okay, Chase Meyer is their main kicker. He's a place kicker, so he's 75% on his field goals, 3 of 4, 29 total points. So I give the edge to Virginia Tech's kicker in this one as well so far. But that's something to keep an eye on for sure. We love talking special teams here. Love talking special teams. You know, Virginia Tech right at the end went up as a 6.5 point favorite. So if you put your money on Cal, not looking too good so far, anyways. So Cal gets another chance to ball, fair catch the kick, and they're going to come out for their third possession on the game. But so far, this Virginia Tech defense has shut down Cal's offense completely. I don't have, correct me if I'm wrong, rules analyst, Uncle Buck. Has Cal picked up a first down tonight?
No, they haven't.
Not good. So here we go. Pistol formation. Jaron S. comes out for his third drive of the night. And it looks like they're going to try to lean on that run game a little bit more now. And, you know, if Virginia Tech scores another touchdown, you almost have to bail on the run game. So Kendrick Raphael picks up about 4 on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd and 6 for the Cal Golden Bears. But the Golden Bears, they got to get some points on the board this drive around, even if it's a field goal. They've got to. Fake the. Oh! I don't know where that camera guy's terrible. And
It's
that's
almost as bad as your camera.
no kidding. It's worse. I mean, wow, what was he doing? So let's bring up the Cal offense here for a second. Jacob De Jesus, and it's going to be so automatic first down, personal foul, unnecessary roughness on number 97. That's going to be. Let me see if I can pull it up. Number 97. He's not on the roster, so he's obviously not a
Hickman.
starter. He's a sub. Hickman. I don't know who he is, but he had to get taken out on that play. So here we go. Cal in Virginia Tech territory for the first time tonight. Can they capitalize? Jared with a bad snap, able to recover. And they are very lucky to get any yards on that play. The center, Tyson Ruffins, number 56, with a terrible snap early on that first down there. But yeah, this has been an interesting game thus far. If only I could set up my camera the way I wanted it. I'm going to try again.
That's what you get for eating Whataburger instead of setting up your camera. Shout out to Whataburger though.
Shout out Whataburger. They always come through. Large Dr. Pepper. Very good. Very refreshing. I'm going to try to set up my camera again here as the Cal Golden Bears continue to drive down the field. But so far in this one, Uncle Buck, it's been pretty electric.
Yep.
I think my computer's charged, so I can unplug this now. Yep, we're good. All right, this stupid cord doesn't get in the way. I really want to set up my camera. Screen pass again. De Jesus makes a man miss and picks up another 12 to 15 yards for the Cal Golden Bears. Listen, De Jesus is one of those guys that they want to get going early. He is an absolute playmaker for the Cal Golden Bears. Obviously, UNLV transfer, as I mentioned earlier. He's a guy that can make people miss, and one missed tackle with the safety, and he's gone. So Cal
How tall
continuing to
is
drive.
he? How tall is he? He doesn't look very.
No, I believe he's 5'7".
Wow. He's quick though.
Yeah, he is. There he goes. He's like a rabbit. Let me see if I can fix this stupid camera. Uncle Buck, go ahead and let him know. What are you seeing right now from this game?
Just your helmets. I'm not sure I got a full screen either on this app, but you are in the front though.
Well, the problem is I can't get this camera set up the way I want it to. Let's try this again. Please work. You got to be kidding me. Let's try this again. Come on, work.
Wow.
Well, so Cal just continues to run down the field right here, Uncle Buck, and it has been nonstop running for this Cal offense. They are making Virginia Tech pay. Early on, Virginia Tech had the edge. I'm going to try to switch back, I guess. I just can't get this thing going for some reason, and it's pissing me off.
Just keep running it. No need to throw it.
Oh,
Double.
dangerous throw. Dangerous. All right, we're going back
Yep.
to this.
I'm glad Cal's getting their shit together because I want a good game.
Yeah, I mean, I do too. I want this to be a close game. Obviously, Virginia Tech has the lead right now, 10-0. Oh, and a costly penalty for the Cal Golden Bears there. A legal man downfield. And that's something you don't want. That is a drive killer,
That's not
potentially.
uncommon on an RPO though. If that quarterback holds onto the ball too long, you
Yeah,
think it's a run.
very true, very true. We had that down in high school. We had that happen in high school once. We had we had an offensive lineman 60 yards down the field. Literally, it was a 75-yard run play by the quarterback. The lineman was 60 yards down the field. My head coach was pissed. Shout out Mitchell. You know who you are. He got taken out that play. So big 3rd and 3 right here for Virginia
Oh, look
Tech's
how little Dave
defense.
is. Man, he is small.
5'7", I told you.
He looks tiny next to that line.
Yep. I mean, I'm 5'7". I'm 5'9", 5'10" myself. So very small. It looks like they're gonna try to do a quarterback draw and a flag, false start on the play. That is killer. That is not good for the for the Cal Golden Bears. 3rd and 3. Now it's going to be 3rd and about 8 now. You just
Yeah.
can't have that on a 3rd down. Let's bring in our rules analyst, Uncle Buck. What do you see here on this call?
Well, you know what? Friday night in Blacksburg, get a little antsy. And you know what?
Maybe
Maybe
he
he had a
popped the
little
blue
gas.
chew.
Maybe he had a little gas. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, but that brings up a 3rd and 8, and now you got to throw the ball. They're bringing the pressure
Oh, here
and
comes the rush.
smartly done. And that's a 3 and out for Cal. They're going to hold them to a field goal attempt right here. And now Cal's going to have to bring out Chase Meyer, their place kicker, for their first field goal attempt of the night. And
Yep.
everyone wants to know, can Cal capitalize and get this field goal? We know Uncle Buck, rules analyst, loves field goal kickers.
Love them. Love them. Because you know what? You got to have stones to be able to do that. And
Here we go.
we know which kickers have the stones and
This
which
is
ones
Chase
don't.
Meyer, number 91, for a 38-yard attempt, straight on kick. And he makes it.
Yep.
So the Golden Bears are now on the board for the first time tonight as they make it 10-3. Virginia Tech still holds a 7-point lead with 7 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Something like that. 2 minutes. Excuse me. I'm way behind. Wow. Not much offense here. That early touchdown play by Kyron Drones to Green, we really thought, wow, this game's going to be electric. And it's been good. It's been a good game. But the second drive for Virginia Tech and the third drive for Cal, run heavy. They're trying to wear down those defensive lines, it looks like.
Yep. And if it works, don't try to fix it. Just keep pounding it.
That's right.
And then mix in an RPO and maybe catch someone over the middle or down the field.
So there's Luckhurst, their punter and kicker. Let's see what he could do. Maybe he'll kick it out of bounds. Number 11 on the return. I need to see who that is. Stand by. Number 11.
Returning.
There he
Returning.
goes. Ow!
That's a brick wall.
Literally. And he's not on the lineup, so don't know what to tell you there. Luke Farrell has been lackluster tonight. He is a key piece for that Cal defense. I'll pull up the lineup right here on the screen. As you can see, number 41, Luke Farrelly, right inside linebacker. He has been electric. And then obviously number 0, Cade Uluave, is a big component for this Cal defense as well. But man, here we go again. Virginia Tech, you think they're out of it, and they pick up 2 or 3. Give credit. And then I also want to mention corner Brent Austin, number 4. I guess he has the wrong number on my screen. That's my apologies. But I guess that was his recruiting visit. He was number 5. He's a transfer in from NC State. Look for him to be a key and Kyron Drones, I don't know what he was doing there. He might hit a cheerleader. Oh! Number 20 on the coverage there, Cam Sidney's slot corner on giving the pressure there on Kyron Drones, brings up a 3rd and 8. And if you're Virginia
Well,
Tech, you've got to capitalize on this drive right here with 1:36 to go in the first quarter.
that's the third time they brought that guy on that rush. Somebody's got to pick that up.
Yeah, Cam Sidney, he's pretty quick. The thing is they're getting the running back out in space. Let's see what the Cal defense does here. Looks like it's going to be a 4-man blitz, and he's able to spit out of it. Can he get the brought down by Cade Uolave for a big, big third down right there. They're able to hold him, and now Cal's starting to turn the wheel a little bit, starting to get some momentum.
Yep, that early excitement in Blacksburg, it seems like it's wearing off a little bit.
A shoelace tackle, and there's a flag on the play. Oh, offense. Oh, and that's just a killer for Virginia Tech. Still fourth down. First of two. If he gets one more, he's gone.
What did he do?
I don't know. I'd like to see what he did. I don't think they're going to show it, though. So now Virginia Tech has to kick out of their own end zone. You never want to be in that spot. Gets the kickoff, short kick, and Cal's going to get it just outside of Virginia Tech territory as we close in on the end of this first quarter. Pretty tight game so far. 10-3. Virginia Tech started out hot. They get one pass play down the field from Kyron Drones to Aiden Green to start off that first drive. They went up 7-0. Cal goes 3 and out. Virginia Tech answers again with a field goal. Cal goes 3 and out. Or excuse me, Cal then gets a field goal. And then Virginia Tech goes 3 and out with an unsportsmanlike. So penalties and field position playing a big part in this one so far.
Yep, I'm going to take a 1-minute break. I need to go check on Rasbat. I'll be right back, Nate.
Ladies and gentlemen, Uncle Buck. So I will turn it here full screen for now until our senior expert rules. Oh, and there Cal goes down the field, a missed tackle, and they're down inside Virginia Tech 15. And just like that, Cal with a huge play.
Huge!
Here we go. Sorry about the camera stuff tonight, guys. I know I'm not really supposed to apologize much, but we don't have our producer tonight. And there goes Cal with another first down, and they are inside the goal line as the first quarter comes to a close. Virginia Tech 10, Cal 3. Cal knocking on the door, punching it into the end zone. You got to think they're going to finish this drive with a touchdown and tie it up. What a turn of events so far. Uncle Buck taking a break right now, but when he comes back, he'll give us his update on the game and tell us what he's seeing as a rules expert. But man, what an exciting first quarter thus far. And you got to give all the credit. If I can grab that and bring it over here. There we go. And then we'll bring that. Bring that down a little bit. Nope. There we go. Nope. Start some stuff on the fly. And ladies and gentlemen, rules expert Uncle Buck is back on the call. Uncle Buck, we're on a commercial break right now. There we go. I had you muted for a sec. My apologies. First quarter comes to a close. Cal driving down the field, and all the momentum was on Virginia Tech's side. Now it shifts over to Cal very quickly. It just goes to show you college football, anything can happen.
That's right, especially on Friday nights. You know what Friday night games are like.
Yeah, we do, unfortunately. But fortunately, shout out Christy. Christy's in the chat. She said, "Let's go, Buck." So, Uncle Buck, you got some fans in the chat tonight as we are live here, boots on the ground in Break the Huddle studio.
Thank you, Christy.
Woo! If you don't know Uncle Buck, he is our rules expert for Break the Huddle. We hired him commission free, and he is a big contributor to Break the Huddle After Dark. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We're up to 756 subs. We appreciate all the support thus far. Hit that like button, chat away, ask us questions tonight. Get involved. That's what we're here for. We're here to call the game. We're here to entertain you guys, but we'll take questions as well. We might even set up a poll. I need to figure out how to do that. Um,
And you know
uh,
why I'm the rules expert? I'll go ahead and answer that, Nate. I'm the rules expert because I don't like following rules. I'm a rule breaker, so I'm good at spotting rule breakers.
there you go. You heard it here live for Break the Huddle. But this has been a great game so far. If you're just tuning in live, Virginia Tech leads this game 10-3. They started out early with a quick touchdown. They get 3-and-out twice from Cal. They capitalize again with a field goal, making it 10-0. Cal drives down the field on the third drive of the ball. They get a field goal. And now they hold Virginia Tech to a 3-and-out, and they are driving quickly. It is first and goal for the Cal Golden Bears in this one. And it looks like very quickly Cal's going to have an opportunity to tie this game up as we start the second quarter after this commercial break.
You know what's interesting? They're not showing a lot of fan interaction tonight with the cameras. I have not seen one shot of the fans, which is unusual for Virginia Tech.
Well, they showed it pregame when they were playing Inner Sandman as the crowd started to get hyped, but maybe things have kind of just settled down right now. I don't know.
That's part of the experience, you know. I like kickers, and I like to watch the fans and how they react to certain things.
Yeah, we're gonna see as this game plays on what Justin Wilcox will do to adjust as head coach of Cal. Very good coach. 5-2, 2-1 in the ACC so far. He's leading his team to a great season. But yeah, you're exactly right. Like I'm surprised there hasn't been any fan interaction so far.
Well, you know what? I like to see. I like to see the idiots in the stands, the ones that are all boozed up and doing all that weird shit.
So I know I'm a little late to this. My apologies, but we're gonna create a poll and we're going to ask you guys who wins this game, Cal or Virginia Tech. I just posted the poll in the chat. Be sure to to uh, to put your answer in the poll. We'll end the poll at halftime, and we'll see who comes out on top. We've gotten 11 views so far tonight, Uncle Buck. Got a good sized crowd in the chat tonight.
Well, good. And we also have a ref that likes to call a lot of penalties. And you know what? I've noticed that about this one particular ref. He likes to throw his laundry out on the field a lot.
Yeah, some people just never get used to doing their own laundry, and so he thinks his mom's on the sidelines waiting to pick it up. To be honest, that was a BS call. Everyone knows it. They're always going to give the edge to the offense. Looks like they're going to do a pitch play right here. And just like that, touchdown Cal. They tie it up pending the extra point. But here we stand 10-9. Kendrick Raphael on the toss right there to pick up a touchdown. And just like that, all momentum goes towards Cal.
And no Cobras.
No Cobras, no fans. I agree with you, Okabuck. I'm really surprised by that so far. No Shackers, no Cobras. It's been kind of
Nope.
lackluster, unfortunately. PAT is good for Cal, and that ties it up 10 all. So back to zero, pretty much. But got to give credit to the Cal Golden Bears. They started off tonight really rough. They didn't put their heads down. They just got out there and tried it again.
Cal seems to be one of those teams, like a lot of the West Coast teams, that get some of these athletes from the islands.
Yeah, West Coast team. Obviously, they recruit a lot of Polynesian players from Hawaii. Um, and Jaron S was originally committed to Oregon. He flips his commitment when Dante Moore transfers in and came into this year as a freshman and got his start and hasn't looked back. A former 5-star quarterback that Oregon was going after. So good job of Justin Wilcox and that staff bringing him in, showing him around, and getting him to eventually come to school there. Virginia Tech likes running the ball on these kick returns. Oh, he had a chance there. He almost broke one there for a good chunk. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate everyone joining tonight. I got to continue to look at this camera instead of this camera, as we have had some technical difficulties tonight, thanks to our crew not showing up. But we are here.
Thanks to Whataburger.
Thanks to Whataburger and thanks to the crew not showing up. But here we go. The standings in the ACC currently, Virginia Tech and Virginia take the lead. Virginia Tech 4-0 in the conference. And Georgia Tech. Golly, I'm getting my teams twisted. Make a guy miss and pick up 5. So quick first down throw right there by Virginia Tech. And it looks like they're going to try to get this ball going quickly. Yeah, well, I mean, what are you seeing? I mean, the first 2 drives, they score 47 yards down the field, 46 yards field goal, negative 13 yards. Again, I can't emphasize this enough. You cannot get behind the sticks early. Negative 13 yards and a punt on their last drive. It's a killer. And right there, it's going to be stopped. And I was hoping he'd take him to the ground and get a personal foul, but holds up.
I'll tell you what I'm seeing is a mask over or some wrap over some receiver's face. Why do they do that?
That's what we call a shiesty in hood terms, Uncle Buck. He thinks he's a shiesty, better known as a YN.
That would drive me nuts.
Yeah. I mean, they like it. It's a good look. It makes them feel good. It makes them feel like a thug. Oh, I cannot believe that ball was not intercepted. That was a horrible play by Kyron Drones. Obviously, he had made his decision before he even caught the snap that he was going to throw it to him. And just like that, a 4-and-out for Virginia Tech. This game could get ugly really quickly if Virginia Tech is not careful.
Yep, the tide is shifting.
The tide is shifting, and let's see if Virginia Tech does a fake punt right here.
After the punt, I got a good idea for Virginia Tech.
Punts away. Short punt again, returnable. And there goes De Jesus, an electric returner, plays receiver as well. But go ahead, Uncle Buck. What's your idea for Virginia Tech here as we enter 12 minutes in the second quarter?
They need to play Inner Sandman again.
I don't know if that'll help, honestly, at this point. I feel like that's a one and done type thing. They need to get their strength and
So
conditioning coach sniffing some more salts. He's been kind of quiet.
if they played Inner Sandman again, I tell you what, I get jacked up again.
I would too, but I mean, you can only jack up the fans so much. I mean, if Cal continues to drive the ball, what else can you do?
Play Inner
Haven't
Sandman.
haven't heard from Spanky or the Riddler tonight. Curious to see if they joined at some point.
Spanky.
Spanky's one of our biggest fans.
Oh, I thought that's something that the kicker gave himself when he missed a field goal.
Shout out to all of our viewers. We love you, Spanky, Riddler. Curious to see when Rooster tunes in tonight. He'll be on at some point. Right now, the votes are even. Uncle Buck, 2 votes, 50% each for Virginia Tech and Cal. So, listen, we've got fans from both teams in this chat right now.
Well, it doesn't mean they're fans. It just means that's who they think's going to win. And
True.
I still, well, you know what? Damn, De Jesus is really impressive. So
He's a difference
If
maker
if
for
they if
sure.
they cannot if they cannot contain De Jesus, it's going to be a long night. If they can figure out a way to stop him, then I think I think I'm still pulling for Virginia Tech.
Well, and here's the thing too is, early on in those first three drives, what was Virginia Tech doing best on defense? They were getting to Jaron S very quickly. And in a matter of three drives, Justin Wilcox, head coach of Cal, says, you know what? We're going to get the ball out quicker. And that's exactly what they've done. They've spread it out wide and three wide, two wide, and set up those screen plays, and they've executed. Make one man miss, and you can pick up 5 to 15 yards, if not more. That's what I've seen so far is adjustments by Cal's offense. Virginia Tech hasn't adjusted. The problem for Virginia Tech is if they adjust and put more outside, well, then you're just going to give Jaron more time to throw it. So you kind of have to pick your poison on that. But I agree with you. Like they've got to find a way to shut down De Jesus. First name Jacob, by the way, Jacob De Jesus. Um, but he's one of those playmakers that can frustrate you as a defensive coordinator for sure. There's no doubt about it. I'm excited for the national title this year. I think we've got a few teams in the running this year, and it's anyone's game at this point. Obviously, Ohio State probably favored right now, but it's anyone's game at this point. So here we go. Cal comes out for their fourth drive, 10 all. The score stands, and I need to fix that graphic. Let me pull that over a little bit. Here we go
There
again.
you go.
Starting to get the run game going again. And that's exactly what Cal wants to do is tire out this Virginia Tech defensive front. That's the name of the game. If they could play bully ball, they're going to have their way, especially looking into the third and fourth quarter ahead. This defense is going to be on their heels. Kendrick Raphael has one touchdown, and they're averaging 5.5 yards per carry right now. Pretty good if you're the Cal Golden Bears. Pick up 5 yards of carry, things are going your way. And what did I say about penalties? False start. You can't have them. Moco.
Fossil Jack Moko.
Moco on the false start there. And that's going to be second down and 9. So again, this is good if you're Virginia Tech defense, you got to capitalize here. If you're Cal, you're probably going for a screen play here. Probably going to be a screen with the option of Jaron going on a quarterback draw here. They might run it actually. Look into this formation. That's exactly what they're going to do. And Virginia Tech does its job. They get the guy wrapped up, and that's going to bring on a 3rd and 8 for the Virginia Tech Hokies. So can Virginia Tech get a stop here? You got to look for De Jesus. That's probably who they're going for. They bring out Raphael. So they're either bringing in a running back who can block or a running back that can chip. No, they're going empty. They said, screw that. They're going 5 wide. So they'll check the coverage, make adjustments. It looks like Jaron S has the ability to call an audible. Let's see what they come up right here. 3-man rush, and they almost get to him. And he's wide open. De Jesus.
Again.
Santa
Again.
Maria. They can't stop him. That's the one guy. They can't stop the one guy. I can't believe they let him that open. I mean, that's like
And the run
taking.
and the run after catch. I mean, once he catches it, he's gone for another 10 or 15 yards at least.
You can't have that because now Cal's got the momentum once again. We got an injured Virginia Tech Hokie on the play. I don't know who it was, but saw him limping a little bit. But this is just going from bad to worse if you're Virginia Tech. You can't you get them right where you want them, right? 3rd and long, outside of field goal range, and then you play soft zone, and they just make you pay. There's obviously someone blew their coverage. Someone was not where they were supposed to be.
There he is in the slot, right?
And they bring out Raphael, too, the running back. So this could be interesting right here. I can't believe they're only rushing 3. Oh, he dropped it. He dropped it. Santa Maria. Grizzle on the drop. Number 7, that's their tall wide receiver coming in at 6'3", 6'4". He's got the size, but does not have the hands. I don't know how you don't squeeze that one in. I just don't think he thought the guy was going to try to punch it out, I guess. So again, Virginia Tech, 3rd and 9. Can they come up with a stop? Can they hold Cal to a field goal? Because that's a win if you're the Virginia Tech Hokies on this 3rd and 9 right here. You got to come up with a stop, and I think you got to dial up a blitz. Could be a quarterback
They
draw right
won't.
here.
No, De Jesus was open on the last play.
Ow!
He dropped it.
So the corner jumps too early, does an interception, was gift wrapped for him right there to just jump up and catch the ball, mistimes it, and then 15 just flat out drops it. 22 misjumps it right there. I don't know what he was doing, and then 15 just flat out drops it. That was bad. Bad. But a lucky break if you're Virginia Tech right here to hold them to 3. Big, big break. Now, if you're Virginia Tech, he almost missed it, but he makes it. 13-10. Cal takes the lead for the first time tonight. But listen, Virginia Tech comes up with a key stop there to hold them to a field goal with 9:36 to go in the second quarter. Uncle Buck, what'd you think about that drive there?
It was a great drive. Again, like I said, De Jesus is the guy that got to stop. He seems to be finding the holes in the defense. So it looks like they're playing zone defense. They might want to put a man and maybe a safety over top on De Jesus.
And maybe a linebacker too. I mean, shoot, at this point, I mean, just put all 11 guys on him and make them throw to someone else. For crying out loud, he's their offense. I
Yep.
want to let me look at the box score real quick. Let
Well,
me take
hell,
a look at this.
he's the only one that can catch the ball.
Whoa! My TV glitched. Why did it rewind? They're kicking the field goal again.
Oh, there must have been a penalty.
Okay, I thought my TV rewinded.
I did
Oh, he
too.
is heated. So 76, obviously he gets called for something. Thankfully, they make the field goal, so it doesn't cost them, but wow. Let's take a look at this box score as stands because I want to see what this offense is doing right here.
I'll be right back, Nate. Give me 10 seconds. I got to go take a few bites of Opa sausage. Shout out to Opa Sausage Company from Blacksburg, Texas, in the Texas Hill Country.
Yep, not sponsoring the show yet, but we would love to have them on here sometime. We'd love to get sponsored by Opa Sausage and also Blue Chew. So be looking out for those 2 sponsors coming up later on this year. If you're just tuning in, I'm your host, Nathan Johnston, alongside rules expert for Break the Huddle, your favorite uncle, America's favorite uncle, Uncle Buck, who is now getting a bite to eat as we are on commercial break. Let me turn it over to this full screen while he's gone. But what a start for these 2 teams. Both are putting up points. Both are driving down the field. Virginia Tech has been kind of stuck a little bit the last couple of drives. Obviously, Cal takes the lead in the second quarter right here. I'm trying to let me see if I can do it this way. I'm trying to get the score down. My apologies. No, I don't want that. I want that. There we go. Oh, almost had it. Perfect. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate all the support tonight and thus far this year. We're up to 756 subs on the year, and the channel has just been growing exponentially. I cannot thank you enough for all the support that I've been given from family, friends, fans of this show at Break the Huddle. We are going to bring you the best coverage every Friday night live here from Break the Huddle. And just to plug the show a little bit, next week we will have our Halloween special. That is right, our Halloween special. We will have me in the studio. We will have Rooster's Cocky Picks in the studio. We will have Jake, the weatherman, back in studio as well. We will all be dressed up and we will all be dialed in for next Friday's matchup as Clemson hits the road to take on the Louisville Cardinals. Boney will be on the road for the Clemson Tigers taking on the Louisville Cardinals. Going to be a great matchup. Maybe not the best records, but definitely a game to look out for. A lot of entertaining stuff on the way. So be sure to hit that subscribe button, and turn on that bell notification to stay up to date on our latest posts and latest lives. So here we go, 9:31 left in the second quarter as we await for Uncle Buck to come back. Cal leads this game 13-10 right now, and this has been an interesting matchup so far tonight. Very interesting. Oh, and Uncle Buck is back, so we will bring him in once again. Uncle Buck, welcome back. Why did he catch that? And just a costly mistake by Virginia Tech there. An undisciplined move by Virginia. Why did he catch that? Stupid. And keep in mind in college rules too, Uncle Buck, you're our rules expert. Correct me if I'm wrong. He could have fair caught that and they get the ball at the 25. Nope, you muted yourself. You got to unmute yourself.
No, you muted me.
No, it said you muted yourself. But either way, correct me if I'm wrong. If he had fair caught that, they get the ball at the 25. Instead, they're on their own one.
Correct. If both
Oh
feet
my
are in
gosh,
bounds,
they almost got a safety.
if both feet are in bounds and he fair catches, yes. But if he has 1 foot out of bounds, then in fair catches, the ball's at the one.
But he had both feet in bounds there.
Yeah.
And that's the difference between teams like Virginia Tech and teams like Georgia and Alabama. You're just not going to see those type of mistakes.
Oh yeah, you do.
Not like that. I mean, this is a 3 and out. I'm really surprised Virginia Tech is not trying to throw it here. I mean, you have nothing to lose at this point. But I have a feeling that guy will not be returning kicks for the rest of the year. You can't make that. That's just stupid. Stupid.
No, 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 no.
Yeah, they need to play Enter Sandman again. Oh my gosh. Just go. Go. And just like that, I pick up a first. Santa Maria. Oh, don't do that. You'll get a flag. His mouthpiece got ripped off. And shout out Tina. She has entered the chat saying, quote, "Hey, Buck." Might need to put a poll in for the over-under on that one. But here
Hey,
goes
Nate.
Virginia Tech. They're driving down the field.
Nate. Tina's in.
Shout out Tina, a loyal sponsor of the show. I have a feeling she will be investing financially very soon for some new helmets. So we really appreciate the support from the local Make-A-Wish Foundation. Give it to 27. By God. They're going to have to take him out for this play, though, because he is exhausted. I mean, he's ran it. He's ran it 40 yards down the field so far.
Keep feeding him.
Keep feeding them and keep supporting the show. Tina, if you'd like to give a financial contribution, we do take checks in the mail. And we'd love to connect with you. So Uncle Buck steps away to put up his sausage. Pause. Kyron Jones can't make up his mind. Throws it late into coverage. And 2nd and 10.
Yeah, shout out to Tina. A supply of grape sodas wouldn't hurt either.
Tina wants to know, what is Uncle Buck eating?
I am eating Oba brand country blend sausage. Um, had one in a homemade flour tortilla earlier, a Las Palapas tortilla.
I'm going to have canned tuna starting Monday. Canned tuna, PB&Js, because until we get some more financial backing on this show, Break the Huddle is going to have to take a step back in spending.
Well, that's where sponsors like our
PT
viewer
Johnston.
Tina. Yeah.
The local Make-A-Wish Foundation has been very, very good to us, aka PT Johnston Company. Shout out PT Johnston Company. If your sewer's backed up, give him a call. He'll get that thing unclogged within a day. Kyron Jones thinks he has, oh my gosh, just stupid. Kyron Jones does not trust his offensive line. And very, very quickly, it's a 3-and-out for Virginia Tech. And that is just heartbreaking if you're the Hokies, because you get out of enemy territory, right? You're backed up in your own end zone. You think that the drive's over, 3rd and long from your own end zone. The running back makes a few people miss. Next thing you know, you're driving down the field. And now you have to settle for a punt. That is just killer.
And a
Hopefully,
shout out and a shout out to my personal sewer company here, my proctologist, Dr. Keller. He does good with back as well.
shout out to Uncle Buck's doctor. We don't know who he is. He doesn't sponsor the show, but and a false start for Virginia Tech. So it goes from bad to worse real quickly. If you're Virginia Tech here, I mean, I don't know what the answer is at this point. You're beating yourself with penalties. You're beating yourself with costly mistakes, catching the ball at your own one on the kickoff. And the chat is starting to blow up now. Christy just said, quote, Hill Country Sausage, PT Johnston helped my major clog. 10 out of 10, give him a call.
You just missed a block punt.
They did? They blocked it?
Yep.
And I tell you what, when it rains, it pours. This punter has been god awful all night. Awful. And that's Jordan King. That's the receiver right there.
Well, at least he can block. We know he can't catch.
Where's Shiesty? I really wish I had my camera on. I'm really disappointed.
Well, you got halftime to figure that out.
Oh, what a play by Cal. And it gets stopped. But I like the trickery there. I've never seen that play before. That was pretty cool.
Well, you need to watch more college football then, Nate.
I have my own college football show. I'm always boots on the ground. I just never seen a play call like that where you got two people going up for the pitch in opposite directions. You don't see that option style much anymore. So 2nd and 10. Can you get him 3rd down and long? Watch out for De Jesus. You can't see him because he's on the bottom of the screen because whoever's this camera guy won't zoom out. He sucks. You can't even see the wide receiver.
Cameramen suck.
The cameraman's showing like 9 people on the field. I think they have twins outside on the bottom part of the screen they can't even see. I don't understand that. ESPN needs some new camera guys. That is awful.
Hey, Nate, I'm going to need another break. Rasbat is ringing the bell.
Shout out Razbat, Break the Huddle's local mascot. Ladies and gentlemen, Uncle Buck, we'll see you in a few minutes.
Unless the audience wants to go to the back 40.
No, we'll hold it down until you get back. If you're just turning on the live tonight, I'm your host, Nathan Johnston, alongside rules expert, America's favorite uncle, Uncle Buck. He's taking a short break to take out our mascot for a nightly walk. But in the meantime, here we stand, 13-10, Cal in the lead. And it's kind of been a standstill for both of these teams. Virginia Tech has cost itself tonight, though. If there's one thing I've learned, Virginia Tech is not a very disciplined football team. Not a very disciplined football team at all. And I really need to fix this camera. So I'm going to take this time to see if I can fix this camera. Let me see if I can fix this. Give us 2 minutes. We'll be right back. And we are back. We're going to have to quit the live real quick, but we will be back live in 2 minutes. 2 minutes, I promise. But I just got to exit out, see if I can get this fixed. We'll be right back in about 30 seconds.